Hi everyone, how are you? Well, as we were saying the other day, today's topic is going to be about the media world, and we're going to talk about the news, about how the information is given, it's broadcast, and how do we receive that information, how do we receive the real facts that are happening nowadays, and which are the common grammar issues that we have to take into account if we're going to talk about journalist language, which is, I think, the way we can call it. So, in the presentation, we're going to see the main aspects as I was telling you. Then we're going to just develop two examples taken from the BBC News. From the web page, I mean, and then we're going to talk about the social networks and how they influence this word. Now, as you can see here, we have four main aspects that we have to take into account, as we were saying. The first one, it is that this language tends to use a lively language. What does this mean? This means that the nouns they're using, they're so easy to understand, but of course they use some kind of adjectives that make the information more attractive to the public, to the audience. Then, when we can read the headline, we can see that there's a limited number of ideas to express, usually no more than 3 ideas, because they don't want to make the viewer or the spectator or the reader or whoever who reads that, they don't want to make a mix of information for them, for the others, for the public. Yeah. Then there is something that it's kind of, I don't know, it is interesting to mention, I think. It's that when we're talking about the words and but, we can see that there, in most of the cases, they are omitted. They try to avoid these words because they can create confusion if they're not used wisely. So we don't want to share more information. We want to share the specific information and to tell the others what has happened. We want to catch their attention, so we're not going to just describe the facts that happened. We're going to just we're going to just describe it as a description. No, we're going to tell the news, the fact, the idea. Then, when we're talking about the headlines too, we can see the use of infinitive verbs. We're going to see it now in some examples we can develop, because I think there's a reason. Well, a reason. This is this is how they simplify the information at the end. So now we're going to the examples, and then we're going to talk about the social media. So this first example, it's, as I was saying before, it's taken from the BBC News web page. So in this headline we can see that a rugby school they say rugby school to sell rare Shakespeare books. So we can see the use of infinitive here of the verb sell. So they're writing to sell. Then we can see 2 ideas are developed in the headline. The first idea is that there are some rare Shakespeare books, and the rugby school is selling these books. We're going to see the other example now, which is so similar to the other one. The structure. It says the students to go home in evacuation style operation. The same. We can see the infinitive form of the verb go. When we're talking to a person, or we are just having a conversation, we're not used to talk like this. We can say students will go home, students are going home, because we're in a lockdown situation, whatever, but we're not used to talk like this. you know. So here you got, well, there's the brief description there about the article, about what it's going to be, or it's going to tell you, or it's going to be about, and that's all. The 2 examples. So now we're going to move to the social media and how this kind of network or this kind of networks are just having a great influence in the way we broadcast information nowadays. So when we're talking about Twitter, for example, and we're saying Twitter, we can see that we have limited number of characters to write on a tweet. So we are limiting our idea, you know, we're limiting what we are talking about, the information we're giving to the others. We want the information to be so short, and we want it to catch the other's attention, for sure. And this way, we're not but speaking but talking, but we're changing our way to express ourselves, for sure. Then, when we are talking about Instagram, I don't know if you need this fact, but the main idea of this social network was to connect photographers from all over the world, and not to connect random people, as I mean the common users we are. So this idea, I think that's causing a big impact in the way we receive information, for sure. Because when we're talking about Instagram, we just log in the application, you know, in the app, I mean, and then we can see a picture and then a description of the picture. But the important thing is the picture, or I don't know, the content they are uploading. For example, the video reels that are now so, I don't know, are now on the top of the things that I can say in the Instagram, or I don't know, whatever. But the information that the thing that we are writing there, it is not that important. And I think that's something that we have to just take into account when we are receiving information about news, special content, and whatever. And we can finish class here. Please do the homework. Just check all the Padlet so you can watch the video that I uploaded. You can also read the article that it's there. You have to try to do a writing about it, and the instructions are just there, so you can just check it. And that's all for today. So see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.